thank you all very much for having me here, for sparing the time to listen to the story of my sister, my younger sister, Aafia Saddiqui. I really don't have the words to thank you all. To thank you all for coming over to Pakistan, especially at a time when the safety and security issue is really very, very concerning. And you're very brave people. And you really, you're the people that I think keep the world alive. And though my words fail me, I know my God will not. And I hope and pray that His blessings will remain with you always. I'm here today. I am a medical doctor. I trained at Harvard in Boston, Massachusetts. And I went on to direct the epilepsy program at the Sinai Hospital in Baltimore, and I was an assistant professor at Johns Hopkins University. And I was the director of the epilepsy program there. And I had 3 years consecutive, and am now and have sat for the lifelong America's Outstanding Professional Award. With all of that, I was a medical doctor, and till about 10 years ago. But more so, 10 years ago, this was in March of 2003, when my little sister, a little bit about my family. My father was a physician, a medical doctor. He was with the United Nations, WHO, so we spent a lot of time in African countries. Our childhood, my sister, and I'm 5 years older than Aafia. We're 3 brothers and sisters. My brother is older, he's in America. He's an architect by profession, and he used to work for NASA for a while, and then now he graduated from Rice University. And then me, I just told you about myself, and then Aafia, who's the youngest. So we lived in Zambia. My father graduated from England, Macclesfield, Manchester, and that's a little bit of our background. My mother was a social worker and a graduate in economics, and so a little background just so that you know where we're coming from. And so in March of 2003, Aafia, let me go back a little more. Aafia, she was a younger sister. She was the youngest of our family, very bright, very brilliant, academic career, first class first throughout, from nursery till her graduation. First class first, straight A student, valedictorian. And so when she did her intermediate from here, that would be high school, from Pakistan, from St. Joseph's, our parents decided to send her to the US for further education. She went to the University of Houston because my brother was at Rice, and so they could be together. There, she was in the National Dean's List, and she had a full scholarship to MIT. So then she moved on to MIT, and there she graduated in, I think her graduation degree is in biology. And then she went on to do her master's and PhD from Brandeis University, again in Boston. She got married after graduation and did her master's and PhD, and that was in education. She's not a medical doctor, I'm a medical doctor. I'm a neurologist and a psychiatrist, and I specialize in epilepsy, but Aafia was an educationist. And her PhD was on cognitive neuroscience. And her thesis was based on how to make learning efficient. Her research was on mentally retarded children and how to make them functional members of the society. And education was her dream. And her dream was to bring a change in the education system of Pakistan. She thought that the problems of Pakistan, the main core of the problems and the reason is the inefficient education system here. And if it could become cheap, accessible, and quality-oriented, that would make a difference, and that is what she was working on. As a child, she loved dolls. They were her life. They were everything. I mean, my brother, you know how brothers and sisters, I think this is something that's universal. It doesn't matter which culture there is, but brothers and sisters, if you have an older brother, if any of you have an older brother, he has to tease his younger sister. And that was the same in our case as well. And my brother, you know, seeing Aafia's passion for her dolls, all he needed to do if he wants Aafia to scream or anything, take a doll, turn her upside down. We're sitting at the table, Aafia's here, everyone's back, he just goes in the back, takes a doll and turns it. And Aafia goes on, oh, he's going to kill her, the blood's all going to go in there, and look what he's doing to my doll's being tortured. And she loved balloons, she loved animals. She's been injected twice for the anti-rabies thing, because she would bring rabid dogs from the street. That, oh, the poor dog is sick. And she created the Society for the Promotion of Prevention of Cruelty to Animals here in Karachi, the office that was set up. She did, because she's like, no one cares for these poor animals. And as she grew up, as she got married, as she had children, again, her children were her life. And she volunteered even in the United States at the old people's homes and with mentally retarded children were another passion of hers. And she volunteered even in the United States, that's what she used to do. But in all of that, I mean, the work that she did, she worked for Bosnian refugees. She helped with their rehabilitation. She did all of that. But my question is, does that make her a terrorist? Would that not be would that not be a missionary work? Would she not be a missionary? And sometimes I ask the question, if she were not a Muslim, maybe that's what they would have called her. But somewhere in the aftermath of 9/11, around 2003, she was married. She had 3 children at that time. Her youngest, 6 months old. She came to Pakistan. And this was about the 30th of March 2003. She left home. I was in the States. She left home, and from Karachi was coming here to Islamabad. And